OK, welcome back to Sunday with Michael Portillo, but with me, Emily Carver. Now, Sweet Bobby, a podcast and Netflix documentary of the same name, peers into the relationship between Kirat Assi and her cousin Simran Bogal. For almost 9 years, Assi thought she was speaking to a cardiologist named Bobby Jandu, someone she knew from their community of London Sikhs over Facebook. Now, Assi developed what she thought was a deep connection to Jandu, eventually going from friends to an engaged couple. But as his behaviour grew more controlling, she confided in her younger cousin and their mutual connection, Bogal. Then, in 2018, Assi learnt the truth. Her cousin said she had been posing as Bobby all along with about 50 other Facebook profiles, all of whom spoke to Assi within the context of this relationship. A small victory for Assi came in 2020 when she took Bogal to civil court for harassment, misuse of private information and data protection breaches. Now, Bogal had to pay Assi substantial damages and legal costs and write her a private apology letter. But should this go further? Well, to discuss this, I'm joined now by Kirat Assi's lawyer, Yair Cohen. Thank you very much indeed for coming into the studio. This is an amazing story, how someone could be speaking to someone for so many years and not realise that actually it's an imposter.
Well, you know, I think when we look at the Sweet Bobby story a little bit beyond the entertainment part of it, there are so many different stories. Different communities and generational gap and the whole thing of how you can actually go and drive somebody absolutely crazy through social media and the internet. There are so many different aspects there. And I think that for Kirat, she was in a bad place, and she just played along with it, and she had the cousin being her best friend, reassuring her that no, it's okay, you are not crazy. Bobby is actually there, and it's all been happening, and and one day follow another and another and another.
Yeah, I mean, we were reporting on the story of a cat. We're just sorting out your mic there. I'm terribly sorry if your voice was slightly muffled there. But talking about this catfishing and the way people can, as you say, drive people mad through social media, I mean, it's quite extraordinary how common this has become now.
It is very common. Imagine that it could actually be done on a larger scale. Is it possible to drive a whole population crazy? Is it actually possible to brainwash people, to make them believe something that is actually a fiction? It's not reality. We have a whole generation now, of course, that has got very confused, between reality and fiction. But catfishing is nothing new. I think it is 10 years now. In 2014, a young boy was catfished. And was lured into his death by someone, and I think these things are happening, but they seem to be happening more and more and more as the reality and fictions are getting a little bit blurred, and people getting very confused about it.
So when it comes to Kirat Assi and the legal element of all this, so she was paid some money. There was an apology letter. What happens next? Well,
so now Bobby also realized suddenly that his character has been misused by the cousin. He's also a relative of the family. So now Bobby is in the process of taking Simran to court as well for misuse of his private information and for breaching of his privacy. This is something that is still ongoing, but I think it is very important for us to acknowledge also the mental health element of this whole thing. I'm not a psychiatrist, obviously. But it is clear that there's a problem. Simran has got a little bit of a problem. The woman was working as an investment banker, investment banking manager in Barclays Bank, and still she had the time to create 50 or 60 different characters. Some are real, some are not. And then the impact on Kirat, on her mental health. We got to be very, very careful. We have to be very, very careful with those sort of things. There are, in a way, two victims here. And I think Simran is becoming more and more we have to watch out for her. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the impact in terms of mental health must be absolutely enormous. Yair Cohen, thank you very much indeed for coming in. You are Kirat Assie's lawyer, and if you're interested, you can watch that documentary series on Netflix, of course. You're watching Sunday with Emily Carver. I'm in for Michael Portillo. That concludes the first hour of the programme, but don't go anywhere, because after